This is Business Week. I'm Tilewa Adebajo. My guest this afternoon, a very distinguished gentleman, quiet, but I've managed to drag him here this afternoon to talk about the challenges of the auto industry in Nigeria. Listeners, I have the pleasure to introduce Mr. Benson Uwatse, who is the Managing Director of the Mercedes-Benz Center and also the Chairman of the Board of Westar Associates Limited, General Distributors of Mercedes-Benz in Nigeria. Benson, finally, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you. Hello, Lagos.
How are you this afternoon?
Very well.
And how's the Mercedes-Benz market?
We are doing reasonably okay, considering the state of the Nigerian economy at the moment.
Great. Now, Benson, we tend to underestimate the auto industry generally. And the auto industry is a key player within the economy in Nigeria in terms of transporting people, goods, and services. It's not just cars, with trucks, buses, vans, trailers. All these sorts of automobiles and vehicles are very critical in terms of moving goods, services, and passengers to be able to make sure the economy, without the auto industry, the economy could indeed grind to a standstill.
Yes, I agree with you. The auto industry in Nigeria is actually underestimated in terms of its contribution to the economy. I think by size and contribution, the auto industry is number 4 in the Nigerian economy. But like you said, it tends to be underestimated because most people really don't know the value or the contribution of this industry. But before we go on, I'd like to report to Lagos. You can relax. I've met the famous Tilewa Adebajo. He doesn't have 2 horns. He's not a monster. He just talks like a professor. So you can relax. He's a perfectly normal human being.
Well, thank God I'm on radio. Yes, I mean, you've been in this business a long time. And obviously, as with anything else in Nigeria, there are many challenges that keep you going. You said it's number 4.
In terms of its contribution.
And what are the 3 others you say that is bigger than the auto industry here?
You have the petroleum industry, you have telecommunication, you have agriculture, and then the automobile industry.
So even bigger than the banking sector?
Absolutely, yes.
Interesting. And what are the challenges? Because I mean, people tend to. It seems to me that it's a bit of a fragmented industry. The barriers to entry are quite low, and it doesn't seem to be quite organized. There are all kinds of people getting into it, and what are the issues in the industry?
Well, the issues are numerous, but you're right. Entry is virtually free for all. That's also one of the problems. And the other problem, too, is, like we mentioned before, the industry is underestimated even by the government. The value of the industry is not really recognized. Why that is so, I'm not sure. But in an economy where a sector is this vital and it seems to be totally disregarded, only indicates that maybe someone is not taking a good look in a holistic way at the total economy and see who are the participants in the industry and what contributions each sector is making to the economy. If a close look is taken at the automobile industry, I'm sure somebody, somewhere, would do something.
But how has the industry evolved? Because, I mean, we used to have the assembly plants before, the PAN, the Volkswagen, when we used to assemble the CKDs. Then I think we had an Amco and a few others. It seems that over the years, those companies have gone down and we don't really have the assembly, even the basic assembly capabilities within the country anymore. And all these sector is heavily import dependent now.
Yes, that is true. And the reason why those industries you mentioned, those vital industries, why they went down was simply, as I said, that they were not looked at as important enough to be taken seriously. And over the years, of course, with most things, with government involvement and so on, and they tended to go south, as it were. But yes, lately, over the past few years, it's become heavily import dependent. Simply because, especially in our case, the demand for our cars is not strong enough to justify the installation of assembly plants in the country at the moment. The reason for that as well is not that enough cars are not imported, but a lot of the cars come in by way of what we call gray market. So they don't come into the official records. And when the manufacturers look at the official records and see what we are importing officially, they tend to disregard the importance of the Nigerian market. Mm-hmm. That's in our case.
In your case.
But I believe that there are some other industries, like Toyota, for example. I believe the demand for their products is strong enough to justify the installation of an assembly plant in the country.
Mm.
If
the policies
are right, if the figures are right, yes, I believe they can justify building an assembly plant for Toyota cars.
Okay, you have a very interesting selection of songs, which I'm looking forward to. So let's take the first one.
I'm afraid my choice in music is rather eclectic. I want to start with my number one favorite, Orlando Awa. I think the first cut from his Canary album, the title is called Canary.